I detest long sweaters.
Yeah.
Just don't come near me, don't look at me, don't talk to me.
We can either do some matching buttons.
I think you'll find it's buttons.
I'm not even going to try to say it the way you do it. Buttons.
Oh my God, please try and say it.
Nope,
Please
no
say
chance.
it, say it.
Say it again.
Buttons.
Buttons.
Oh my God, he's done it. He's only gone and done it.
I feel like I'm in Downton Abbey.
Yeah,
That's going to be like
downstairs.
The opening.
Matt, the prodigy's return. I can't even say it seriously. I'm back from Paris.
Right.
And I was ever grateful for your knitwear. It felt almost soothing and therapeutic because it was so soft. I was like caressing my arms all day because it was just so lovely. And I've heard people say you can't wear knitwear in summer.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people think that, but I wanted to bring you here today. So we're out of the kind of Savile Row showroom. We're in central London at the design studios of BTI, where I work with knitwear designers to create all of my made-to-measure knitwear. And we're going to look at different kind of weights of cashmeres, silks, wool blends to really prove to the world that knitwear is all year round.
We're going to refute it. We're going to refute the claim that you can't wear it in spring, summer. And also, I think what I notice is about spring, summer, I love it.
Yeah.
It's not my ideal season because I'm a layerer. A self-proclaimed layerer. You know, what I did notice when I was wearing these pieces in Paris is they're so refined and so delicate in a way, the ones that I chose to wear, that I could layer and I was really comfortable.
Yeah, that's down again to the weight. Also, I mean, when you think about just the initial like gut feeling we have about clothing, it's about color palette, then weight, then fiber. So knit from the north of Scotland is going to be scratchy. It's meant to be really insulating. So it's going to be itchy in summer. You're going to basically be impossible to wear it. But
well, maybe in Scottish summer.
Yeah. But if we look at something that has just 100% cashmere or a cashmere blend with a really fine merino wool, it's going to be much more easily to wear. And we can look at things like a single yarn or a double yarn in terms of how heavy or warm something's going to be.
God, I've got so much to learn.
Yeah.
This is going to be a whole learning experience. A lot of the times I don't purchase knitwear is because I'm really particular. So you providing a made-to-measure service to design knitwear is really beneficial for me. I'm speaking for myself, but I think for a lot of women in particular.
Well, I hope it's beneficial for everyone across the board. Yeah. Essentially, made-to-measure knitwear is kind of unheard of. You know, people think of going and buying a jumper or a long sleeve polo in a shop and just taking out, but ultimately, I've experienced it, you walk in and you're not quite happy with the fit.
No, it's not, and it's like a combination of things because it could be the shoulder, it could be the neckline, it could be the weight of the knit, it could be the crop. And so the holy grail is getting all the things you need in a piece, and it's impossible.
Exactly, and unlike anything else, if you buy a shirt or a tailored jacket, that can be altered. Knitwear, generally speaking, can't be.
No, you can't just grab your scissors and start cutting. And
so having made to measure means that you can have something that's not only styled kind of together like me and you, but also it's meant to fit you in a way that no other knitwear has.
And when you get something so perfectly made for you, you're going to keep it and wear it again and again and again and again as well. Maybe people don't know this, but you did make me some bespoke trousers, and I was your first ever woman client. So it was a real experience, but actually you nailed it so well. So I have really high hopes. No pressure. But I've got really high hopes. Oh my God, Matt's sweating. I've got really high hopes for your lead on this, because I can only tell you my needs, and then you can help guide me to what you think would work for me for knit for spring summer.
Well, I think I'm really confident that we're going to find something perfect for you.
The man's confident. The man's confident.
So we have the 3 pieces here that you wore in Paris, and they're all different yarns. So the short sleeve polo is cotton silk.
It's so light and I really enjoyed it, and that is a piece that I could layer.
The silk just makes it feel a little bit more kind of delicate on the skin.
Yeah.
It just feels really comfortable. The long sleeve raglan crew neck jumper is a cashmere cotton, so it's going to feel a little bit warmer. it still feels like a great cotton jumper, but it's just not going to be as cool as the kind of classic 100% cotton.
What I loved about this is that it was fine enough, and that is why I wear this Uniqlo piece all the time, is because it's fine enough to drape without looking chunky. We don't have to wear knit on us as a full piece. We can drape it and use it as as an accessory.
Yeah, it's an accent.
And this, because it's so refined, it can be used as an accessory, not just as a piece to wear as a standard. But then we have
the pure cashmere.
It's incredible, and that's a little chunkier. So I think for spring summer, I would kind of go away from this.
Well, what I'll say about this particular jumper is this is what we were talking about, the weights of the yarn. So this is a double yarn jumper, which means it's going to be warmer and heavier. We can look at some single yarn options, and I can show you the difference in some examples, so you can see how a lighter weight version can still feel really beautiful on your skin, but also not as heavy and warm.
So that's the beauty of made to measure.
Exactly. Yeah.
I can say to you, I like this quality of this that you have, and I like this quality of this, and I like this about this and this about this, and we can combine them to make a piece that's just right.
Absolutely. That's why I always think of every kind of commission as a collaboration.
Bottom layer, I mean top layer.
Base layer.
Well, base layer.
Base layer.
Base layer.
So,
based on what I've told you.
Yeah. One of the pieces that we haven't seen on the table was cashmere silk t-shirt.
That is...
feels incredible to wear.
Crazy delicate. It's really refined.
I mean, to have something that fine means you need the silk really in there just to give you a little bit more strength for a t-shirt.
I see. That's gorgeous.
It's a really beautiful piece. One of the things that is brand new to the selection is a Loro Piana Super 160s merino wool.
Anytime I hear Loro Piana, I melt. So you've sold me. I feel truly luxurious when you say Loro Piana.
We have two options we can go with in terms of like a base layer, because I think you might want to do like a short sleeve or a long sleeve t-shirt.
I would like a short sleeve, I think. Because I really love the juxtaposition. People hate when you say that. I really love the juxtaposition between having a knit and having it short sleeve. Like it feels like it should not be knitted.
And what's nice about like the short sleeves is we do have the kind of ribbing around the sleeve and the bottom.
Do you have the option to like be able to take the sleeves up to make them feel a bit more capped, or crop the...
It can be altered and changed to fit your body, and that's essentially what made to measure is for.
Yeah.
But one of the big things we can do, and I know this isn't made for you, is we can shorten up to 12 centimeters on the length.
Outside of the tailoring world, women wear more high waist than men.
Yeah.
I say outside the tailoring world because you know what high-waisted trousers are like in the...
Mine are very high.
Which is very important for the men to note, that you can crop the sweaters with made to measure up to 12 centimeters.
Absolutely, yeah, no, it's
that's
equally
so important.
Because I've talked to a lot of people who have said like, oh, just knitwear's so long.
It is.
You need to be really tall to wear knitwear.
Yes, it's just colour-wise, because based on whatever we choose for the non-base layer, top layer. I would like them colour-wise to really complement each other.
Yeah.
So I can wear them together, almost like a two-piece set in a way, you know, with the combination.
What I'll say is that, you know, thinking that it's going to be meant for summer,
we should go for lighter
colours. So I want to just show you a few examples.
Yeah.
So this is the Loro Piana.
This is too light. I will destroy it.
Yeah.
I'm mucky.
I love this colour.
So this is gorge, but also it doesn't wash me out because I'm quite a pale girl. Because sometimes I can pick something that looks like my skin tone and I look like a finger.
No, I know what you mean.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, if you match too closely, you just become this one.
I'm just one phalange.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we've just smashed that first design.
Yeah.
Ideally, I would love to show the scoop of the neck.
Yeah. So there's a few options we can do. Obviously, we could do a V-neck. Like this is a crew neck here. But
I see.
We could do a V-neck. This is pure cashmere.
This is soft.
Really lovely. If you want to go something that feels a little bit more contemporary in terms of that Ivy American style without just having a V or a crew neck, there's this great example here.
It's giving my dad in the 90s. However, if we were to unbutton it and accentuate the collar it just becomes, you're right, like an ivy style.
A t-shirt as a base layer, you could put a v-neck underneath it, and then you could put that, like there's so many layering opportunities. You could wear it over something like this.
Shirt and tie.
Yeah.
Does it have to be this weight? It doesn't, does it? Because this is quite chunky for me, for what I would ideally like.
Yeah,
to go over.
that's such a good question. Here are the two different weights. So that is a single yarn.
Oh my God.
And this is the double yarn, which you're feeling right now.
Oh my gosh, they feel actually really different. I just think the double yarn, is that what it's called?
Yeah, double yarn.
Is a bit too chunky for the layering that I envisage.
Yeah.
When I purchase a piece, or you know, I really like it to be applicable to as many seasons as possible within as much as I can, because I want to be able to wear it to death. We're creatures of habit.
Exactly.
Thus, I think I would love the single yarn. Also, I think it would allow the collar to fall the way that I envisage with them, because I'm obsessed. Now it's open like this.
Yeah,
I
you
think
can
it looks
see.
gorgeous, doesn't it? But also, I love the fact that in winter, I can button it up and have it like a turtleneck.
Yeah, there's something that's really timeless about American design. And I think this really embodies that kind of classic American menswear. So the question is, what color you want to go with? And we'll look at some of the cashmere examples. Only the best for you.
I'm a lady of luxury, she says in a northern accent. It's nice to wear lighter colours in spring, summer. Okay, we're going towards my colour palettes. Here we go.
Yeah.
That's absolutely stunning, but not for spring, summer, but
That's really cool.
this green for autumn, winter would be absolutely divine.
I know, I love some of these greens. I mean, even that, like, that's going to be such a great winter.
A crazy colour, yeah.
But then as we go...
God, that blue's divine, isn't it?
I know, I love these. I think
love
those
a sky blue.
Yeah, those are really lovely.
Oh my God, this is beautiful. What colour is this one?
Well, this is actually, these are the same colours.
Yeah?
So this gives you a great idea of what it looks like.
God, I
as a sample.
love this.
But have a look at that. I mean, that gives you a great idea of how those two colours will go together.
That's really nice. The single yarn that we're going to go for in this colour would be beautiful. Buttons.
I often will then use the bespoke buttons that I use on the suits that I make.
Okay.
So horn buttons, it just gives it that nice feel, and texture to it.
I like horn.
And we can have a look. I can show you some of the examples once it's all made up, so you can get a perfect match.
One more question. I've got so many questions for you, but I've never had an input into designing my own knitwear before, so this is very exciting. So they're going to have ribbing at the bottom even if you crop them up.
Yeah.
I detest long sweaters.
Yeah.
Just don't come near me, don't look at me, don't talk to me. And in terms of the ribbing, is there a possibility to, like, is there any splits that we can do, or?
Yeah, so if you want like a little vent on the side, so instead of going all the way down to the, like taking a seam all the way down, we can just have that little bit of vent. So one, if you do have a shorter jumper, you can put your hands in your pockets and kind of go in between the jumper instead of having to pick it up and go over your hands.
And it allows a bit of a boxier look, I guess, because you've created this kind of like more free flow from the
it will display over your hips, which also looks really nice.
That's quite cool.
We're going to go with the t-shirt, the short sleeve t-shirt or long sleeve?
Short sleeve, please.
Short sleeve t-shirt. We'll do it in this really beautiful Laurel Piana Superfine 160s wool.
And what does 160 mean?
So it's
It's a very good question. I'll
it's
get
a
back
very
to you
good question.
later.
No, it is. I know the answer. It's down to the micron count of the wool. So it's how fine the yarn is. So we'll do the Super 160s short sleeve. We'll take your measurements in a minute. For the long sleeve,
I just love that I've gone straight in for the dad's 1990s design, but we've made it Ivy League straight away.
Go with your gut.
Just by reinventing a few elements, you know.
It's a very full house. So we're going to go with this really beautiful.
It's like camel coloured. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's like
so
a rusty
rich.
camel.
It's rusty.
It's just really cool. I love it. It's
Yeah.
going to be in the single yarn, so it's not going to feel as heavy. I think in terms of design, we're going to follow this classic kind of model and shape. We can either do some matching buttons.
I think you'll find it's buttons.
I'm not even going to try to say it the way you do it. Buttons.
Oh my God, please try and say it.
Nope,
Please
no
say
chance.
Say it.
Say it again.
Buttons. Okay.
Buttons.
Oh my God, he's done it. He's only gone and done it.
I feel like I'm in Downton Abbey.
Oh my God.
Anyways.
Yeah,
that's gonna be like
downstairs.
The opening.
downstairs. Keep the
We're going to keep the collar, we're going
ribbing.
to keep the ribbing around the cuff and the hem. But again, I think what we should do with this is add the split V
Yeah.
on the side seams.
Yeah.
So that's the only real difference in this particular style. And we're going to make it
crop it.
much shorter than what this is, because this was,
God bless.
as a men's sample. You know, I think this is going to look really cool.
What a luxurious morning. How long is the process of made to measure for your knitwear?
So it's about 4.5 weeks. Now that I've taken your measurements and we have all the style details, I'm going to order the yarns in today, and that's going to get sent to Italy, where I work with a workshop there. That then goes into the making process, and we will do your fitting in about a month's time.
And that's brilliant, you know, because a lot of people might criticise and be like, I'm not waiting that long for a garment, but we're just so used to instant gratification and you know, being constantly gratified so quickly. When it's sustainable and it's ethical and people are getting paid for what they should be getting paid, it takes time. But that's actually quite quick.
Well, exactly. And also, if you think about it, it's worth the investment, because if we can just think about a month ahead of time,
Yeah.
and you will be able to get something that fits better, that's exactly kind of your style,
Yeah.
all of the choices that you've made about it, and
Yeah.
it's not just going to be something that 100,000 people around the world are also wearing.
What's
So-
that famous quote?
Oh, you can't rush quality.